Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows that the time is short. Let him who can understand reckon upon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. Darkest greetings, horror sci-fi and zombie movie fans. Drew here from horror
They're not
sci-fi.
zombies. They're not
Okay, in fact,
zombies.
whatever. That's
They're
debate.
infected.
Okay,
Infected fans. Yes.
okay,
People would
whatever.
argue with you.
Alex Garland fans, Danny
Mm,
Boyle fans, Neil Cox fans, Ray Fine
there
fans,
you go.
um,
There you go.
Colt fans, anybody named Jimmy out there.
Jack
Um,
O'Connell fan.
oh yeah, I got some things to say about Jack O'Connell. But yeah, we're here. We're back. After a long hike. You still there, Eric?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, I think you froze. It's okay.
Yeah,
Or
we're
I
back.
froze. I don't
Yeah.
know. Either one. But
We're back after a long hiatus. Because we thought it would be cool if at least one time a month we review a new release. Right
Mhm,
when it comes out, or like around the time it comes out. And the first
mhm.
big horror release of this year is 28 years later, The Bone Temple, the sequel to the long-awaited sequel to 28 Days Later,
Mm.
28 years later, which came out last year. Um,
Yeah.
and this is the sequel to
Shot
that
back to
movie.
back. Yeah.
And I just watched 28 years later recently, and I didn't really like it that much.
I wasn't wild about 28 years later either. Because how familiar, well, I guess before we get into 20 years later, how familiar
We'll
are
look
you with
quick. We'll
the
look quick
the
with
28?
yeah, real quick with me.
We're already off track. Okay.
Yeah, with me to talk about this film. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eric White. How's it going?
Going good. Glad to be here. I'm surely people know my voice at this point,
Yeah,
right?
but
I
like if
don't
this
I
is
don't need
somebody's
an
first,
introduction, do I?
if this is somebody's first episode, I want to make sure that they're
No, you're right. You're right. We are sans Jackson Harper this episode, but he also I don't think he's a big fan of this franchise. So
mhm,
he was probably like, I'm good.
yeah. But yeah,
But also, I guess starting off, how familiar were you with the 28 the 28 movies before this? You got the Sandra Bullock one, 28 days, and then 28 days later with the
I
it was a bad joke, but
yeah, I haven't never seen the original, but I know the concept of it. That this
so
race
you've never
car.
seen the original then. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But you've seen 28 years later. It's the
yeah,
one
but I
right
know the
before this, right?
concept of it, where like this guy was in this coma during like this
Mm-hmm.
raised virus outbreak, and he wakes up 28 days
Mm-hmm.
after that breakout, and then
Mm-hmm.
he just in
Yeah.
a stranded like London, and it's played by Cillian Murphy. Is it Killian or Cillian Murphy? I can never remember.
I'm gonna say Killian, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, Oscar
I'm
winner
gonna say
Cillian
Cillian.
Murphy.
You know what? We'll say whatever. We'll call him CM for
Yeah,
short.
we'll call him Scarecrow.
Yeah, we'll call him Scarecrow.
Yeah,
So
Oppenheimer.
you've only seen the previous one of this, so you probably haven't seen 28
Yeah,
weeks
I
later
watched a little bit
either.
of the original 28 Days.
Hmm.
Yesterday. I got like the first like 20
Interesting.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really liked it. So yeah, definitely gonna try to finish that up.
I probably haven't seen that movie in 20 years.
Mhm.
I've seen, it's weirdly, I've seen all these movies in theaters now.
Mhm.
And but I haven't watched the first one in probably like 20 years, probably since it was out on like DVD for the first time. And I remember it looking kind of like trash then, so I'm interested to see how it looks now after all these years
Oh
because it
no,
was
I
shot
love the
on
look
like
in the
DV,
movie.
like digital video. Really? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
but you've watched it recently. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Well, the
I didn't go
first
back and
20.
rewatch any
Yeah, I'm gonna finish watching that at some point.
20 minutes or so. Yeah, it doesn't change. It still looks like I probably like trash the rest of the movie too, but
Yeah.
you
Um.
know,
Yeah.
Danny Boyle doing weird stuff.
Yeah, and I like Danny Boyle. Like I
I
like the
do
Steve
too.
Jobs movie. It was one of my top five movies of that year, along with like The Martian and
Hmm.
Creed. Um. what was the other one that I seen he did?
Train Spotting.
No, I haven't seen that. I have seen
You haven't seen
Slumdog
Train Spotting?
Millionaire.
Oh, you should see Train Spotting.
Yeah,
Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah.
yeah, he's a director that I have a huge blind spot for that I need to watch more of
Gotcha.
his stuff. I
Yeah.
haven't
No, he's got some
seen.
good stuff in there. Shallow Graves, really good.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, I think I've heard of that. But
Train
yeah,
Spotting's good.
but
Yeah.
my quick
There's some
thoughts
good ones
about the
in there.
28 years later movie was love the
Mm-hmm.
trailers for the movie. I thought it looked
Mm-hmm.
really intense, and I love the use of the Rudyard Kipling poem "Boots," which is
Sure.
I can't remember the name of the guy that does like the reading that was in that trailer, but it is one of the most haunting things ever. It's basically about the
Mm-hmm.
hell of what soldiers go through, as as, not like actual like warfare, but like marching. And the
Mm-hmm.
idea of like you're gonna die probably soon, and you're going to your location where
Sure.
the battles. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really haunting, and
It's a cool trailer, and it gets audiences hyped. That's why the first one did well,
yeah. Well, in the poem,
or
like
like the 28 years later did well.
yeah,
But
yeah, and the poem like keeps saying it's like this repetitive like boots, boots, boots marching up and down
mm-hmm.
again. It really like builds up the tension for that trailer. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I really
And
like.
then you see the movie, and you're like,
What the fuck?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's like 'cause it's 28 years later, obviously, and I love the title reveal. I thought that was awesome, where it was both telling you it was
Mm-hmm.
28 years later while telling you that the movie's
Mm-hmm.
called 28 years later. I thought that was ingenious. So
They
then,
do that in all these movies. They
yeah,
every movie starts that
but
way. Yeah.
this is my first time watching this movie or one of these movies.
Oh well, I'm filling you in. I'm just filling you in on
Yeah, I
the
know.
the way
I'm
all
telling
of
you
these
my
movies are kind of set
perspective.
up. I know you're doing that, but I'm just saying they're all like that.
Yeah. So
If you hadn't seen the other ones, you wouldn't know. But I'm letting
yeah,
you
so
know.
like so anyway, this movie it's about this community that's on this island and like I think like in Scotland or something like that. And they gotta go to the mainland to like get
Mm-hmm.
supplies and food and all that stuff. And it's Aaron Taylor Johnson and his son, and they cross this ravine. And as they're crossing it, they do that boots marching up and down again poem I was telling you about. And they cut and they
Wait,
intercut
are you
with
talking
like
about the trailer still,
no, I'm talking about the actual
or are you talking
movie.
about the movie?
Yeah,
Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah. Okay.
so they're crossing like this ravine or whatever, and then like they cut it with like real
Mm-hmm.
life war footage, and then they meet like an infected,
Mm-hmm.
like a big fat motherfucker that's like eat worms and he's crawling on the
Mm-hmm.
floor and whatnot, and like
Mm-hmm.
they shoot an arrow on him, and they show like freaking like clip from like a medieval movie from like the 50s of like soldiers like shooting arrows. It's like really bizarre, and like
Mm-hmm. No, it's
don't get
taking a
me
lot of like visual big swings of that movie, but
yeah, and like
yeah, doesn't quite work.
the editing's weird in the movie, and
That's Danny Boyle for you.
yeah. So, but I'm not familiar enough with his style
Mm-hmm.
to
No, he's a kitchen sink type of director. Well, he'll throw everything visually at it. But his movies usually move. They usually are very energetic. But yeah, 28 years later didn't quite work for me.
yeah. And then you got that one last part with like
Emotionally or like yeah,
yeah, you got the ending
or
part with
visually.
yeah, you got the ending part with like the Jimmies. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man! As soon as the Jimmy, see, I was on the fence about the movie up until then. I was kind of like, it's fine. I like what they're doing with like the bone temple and everything. It's cool. And then the Jimmy part came on. I was like, oh man, now I want to see the sequel now because I feel
Yeah.
like they'll be a part of it. And lo and behold, they are.
Oh, they're a big part of it.
The second part, so right,
So
so like Bone Temple is the middle chapter of a trilogy apparently.
yes, and so let me read the plot
So there is a
summary.
third one on the way.
Yeah, and let me read
Sure.
the
Are we
plot
getting into Bone
summary.
Temple then?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the Bone Temple section of the review, and the plot
Yeah.
summary for 28 years later, the Bone Temple, according to the Internet Movie Database, as Spike is inducted into Jimmy Crystal's gang on the mainland, Dr. Kelson makes a discovery that could alter the world.
This is a memorial to the dead.
So, was this all you're doing?
It is.
Are you Old Nick?
Old Nick. You mean Satan?
Yes. Well, Old Nick released his demons unto the world of man. And the world of man fell before the demons.
All right, so what was your quick thoughts about this movie? Or I guess we're not doing a deep
Uh,
dive. We're just doing
oh, we're not gonna do a deep dive. Why not?
yeah, because like
We could talk
it
about.
requires me to pause the movie to write notes and all that stuff. But
Oh, I mean, well, I mean, we could still probably do a little bit of a deep dive.
yeah, a
But,
little bit. We
quick
could talk.
thoughts. Yeah, I mean, we'll go into some of the stuff, but it won't be probably as thorough as we would if we've seen this movie a couple times.
Yeah.
But seeing it out the first time, I had low expectations going into this because, well, I mean, I liked the first one movie, but I saw it like 20 years ago, and I haven't thought about it since. I watched the second movie, and it wasn't great, and so I went into the third movie, the one previous to this one, and I was kind of like, it'll probably be okay. And then I went out with like lower expectations. So going in this one, I was kind of like, this is gonna be bad. And coming out in January was like dumping season for like movies, like they just put a bunch of just kind of stuff they can't fit anywhere else in the year, and it's like it's January. So when going into this movie, I was kind of like, I like Nina DaCosta as far as director goes, and I like the actors, but I was kind of like, it's probably not going to be good. But I was thoroughly surprised. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Hmm.
That's my initial reaction. I don't know. How did you feel about it?
I'm right with you. Like after watching the last one, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this movie because the last one was just all kinds of weird. Like nothing made sense. It just didn't
Yeah,
feel very focused.
yeah,
It honestly felt
mm-hmm,
the last one felt like, and a lot of superhero movies will do this, like Superman and the last Batman movie with
mm-hmm,
Pattinson did this, where like before the movie comes out, they'll put like out like a prequel novel to kind of get you into that
mm-hmm,
world a little bit, and that's what 28
mm-hmm.
years later felt like to me a little bit.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think the last one did a lot of like heavy lifting as far as like catching us up to the world and where we've been, for the past like 20 years. Um, but then it took a lot of chances in places that I didn't expect, but it also took a lot of chances and risks that I don't think quite paid off for it.
mm,
So, I don't know. So I had low expectations going into this one.
yeah, but as soon as this one started, when they're I guess in like a some sort of school gymnasium or some sort of actor or something like
They're in
that.
yeah, it looks like they're in a swimming pool, like an old
Mm.
swimming pool for like whether it be in a gymnasium school or something like that. But they're in an old swimming pool, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so like they're in like the swimming pool, right?
Hmm.
With the Jimmy gang, and I'm like, what? Automatically, like this movie looked a lot better, and it's edited a lot better too. Like
Well,
me
the
and the
last
cop,
movie was shot on an iPhone, you know?
what?
Yeah, it was shot on like an
Oh my
iPhone,
God.
like 12 or 13. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the last one was shot on an iPhone because they were just like, we'll do it. Doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want. Like a $60 million iPhone movie. But there was a lot of just like visual things that didn't work in that last movie
Mm.
that they abandoned for this one, and that was apparently how like Nina DaCosta got this job. Is that they were like she came in and she was like, I'm not gonna make a Danny Boyle movie because there's no way to do that. She's like, I'm just gonna make this my own. They were like, you're hired.
Yeah. So like immediately, I'm like, wow, this movie it feels about a lot better. Um,
Mm-hmm. It feels more
just
like a
as
movie in
the
a lot of ways.
yeah, just as cemented as the last one. Because like this
Oh yeah,
Jimmy gang, this Jimmy Crystal guy is fucked up. Like he basically
I
worships the
love him.
devil, and he does this thing called charities.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I guess spoiler alert, he skins people alive.
Yeah, yeah, mostly a lot of it's off screen, a lot of it's implied, but
Yeah, it was even
yeah,
worse.
and so that's the kid.
With even
Right,
a lot,
it's even worse, but
yeah, because it's all psychological.
so that I mean that is the kid from the beginning of 28 years later, right?
Mm,
Like the kid in the church
yeah.
in that Jimmy Crystal, correct? Yeah.
Mm,
Um no, yeah, I like it's Jack O'Connell, right? It's the same
mm,
guy who played the vampire in Sinners.
yeah.
Um is Jimmy Crystal, and he's great. I love his like bad teeth, and he's just like tracksuits with all of his like band of other Jimmys. All of that stuff is
Yeah.
great.
So the thing I was gonna say about Jack O'Connell is the only other
Mhm.
thing I've seen him in besides this and Sinners was that
Yeah,
I think it's called Unbreakable, that fucking Angelina
the
Jolie.
Bruce Willis movie.
No, not oh, what was that one?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's one where they're like carrying like logs on the beach or something.
Yeah, he's yeah, he
Unbroken.
was like an
I think it's
Olympic track.
Unbroken.
Yeah, he was like an Olympic track,
Yeah,
and then he joined
it's called.
WW2.
It's Unbroken. Is what it's called.
Yeah, Unbroken. Yeah, yeah, that's a movie that where
Mhm.
like the trailer was 1,000 times better than the actual movie. Um,
Yeah, that happens.
yeah. So then I'm like, yeah, I guess I haven't heard from this Jack O'Connell guy for a while. I mean, I know he's been in
I mean, that was
stuff.
like 2014, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 2014. And
hmm
then like I'm like, oh, he's in the Ryan Coogler movie, and then he's in the 28 Days Later movie,
hmm
or that a
28,
movie in
28
that.
years later.
Well,
20
like,
years later, the
well, I mean
sequel.
that's what that's what the series. Well, people call it the 28 series, which is weird.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Which is
weird
yeah. I
thing.
mean, I guess they all fall into this. I guess maybe they're going to start breaking from it at some point because this one's called the Bone Temple. Proper is what its title. So I guess if they make more of these, or if they make the third in this trilogy, then it may have like another name as well. I'm just going to refer to this as the Bone Temple
Mm,
because it doesn't really even feel like a 28 Days Later movie,
mm,
in a lot of ways. But I think that's a good thing, because some of those movies they're not great. They've got some bad bits. There's Danny Boyle experimenting and trying new things, which I appreciate, but it doesn't
mm.
quite make a movie I want to rewatch.
Yeah.
This movie, I'd rewatch this movie. It was
Oh
fun.
yeah,
It
I'll
was
probably buy this
fun
movie
and
on.
silly and kind of scary and like well, it wasn't super scary, but like
Yeah,
horrific at times, I would say.
yeah, I buy this movie on Blu-ray. Honestly,
But you wouldn't buy any of the other ones.
I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy the last one. I'd probably buy the first one
Mm.
maybe. But so yeah, so
Did they? Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah. So I heard somebody say that Jack O'Connell in this movie felt like Gary Oldman,
hmm
like when he played like a villain,
Yeah,
like a True
yeah. I
Romance,
could
like
see that.
this real
hmm
sleek kind of.
Like Leon the Professional,
Yeah, like, but the
The
thing
Fifth
is,
Element.
yeah, it's like he's charming in some ways, and you kind of like
Kinda, yeah, but he's also kind of an idiot. I don't know. I kind of
yeah.
love him because he is kind of stupid.
So he's kind of like um um Leo's character from Django Unchained a little bit,
A little
but
bit,
not
yeah.
like prim and proper.
Not, yeah, right, and not quite as reprehensible. Uh,
Oh, he was
like
pretty
Leo, the
much.
character in that movie is terrible. But like, I don't know, like this guy.
They're both pretty reprehensible. They're both pretty bad equally. I would
Yeah,
say.
no, they're both pretty bad. This guy feels like he's in over his head in some ways too, where
Mm,
like he's like been convincing these kids for the longest time that like
yeah,
they should
but he's
follow
pretty
him, that
fucked
they're
up too in the
the
head
hands of
as
Satan.
well.
Oh yeah, no, he's not great. Um, I was. I guess that'll get in spoilers. Are we ever doing spoilers? Are we doing spoilers for this
We can do
episode?
spoilers. We'll just have to do a warning.
Okay,
So the
it'll be
other,
later, but we'll get into it.
yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about is Ray
Mm-hmm.
Fiennes. Like, good God, it's like he's another. I keep talking about like these kind of actors that just seem like they just keep popping up in like
Mm-hmm.
thing like in my life. My movie
Mm-hmm.
viewing journey. And man, he just gives another like stellar performance. Along the
He's
lines of
great
like
in this.
Schindler's List and Quizzo and Prince of Egypt. Like, good God, like he's
Conclave.
just so
Yeah.
good. Like, I fucking love Ray Fiennes. Like, he's in my top five favorite actors of all time. Like, honestly, he's
He's
so.
great. He's great. He's great in this movie, especially for like someone who has to dance with a zombie
Mhm.
at one point, or
Oh yeah,
infected. Sorry, they're not zombies. Yeah.
yeah. And this
Um.
zombie Samson, like, he's hanging dong.
Oh yeah. No. And I was wondering if they would stick with that, whether
Mm.
he would still be like fully nude in this movie or not.
Yeah,
But
apparently
they
that's all
did. They did for a
prosthetic from what
while.
I heard.
No, I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it.
Really? Well,
I know it probably is. I mean,
yeah. Well, definitely Ralph Fiennes. That's his real. That's his real deck. Which I was surprised by.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we get two for the price of one in this movie. And so for anybody out there who's on the fence about going to see it, you know, you get two dongs for the price of one.
Yeah. Well, and like I said,
Which is
like I
worth the
said,
price,
I'm
I
actually
guess.
glad that like there's a lot more like full frontal male nudity because I think it's only fair in my opinion.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. If women are expected
Um,
to go nude, then I think men should.
mhm. I mean, I would say that the structure of this movie is sort of like is a little strange in some ways, but I think it works. It's basically like two separate stories that are happening simultaneously,
Mhm.
and then they just sort of like converge at a certain point.
The
Um,
thing about it is, at least with this weird structuring, it kept me
mhm.
engaged to where I wanted to know
No,
how
of course,
Kelsen's story was going to connect to the
hmm
Jimmy's story.
sure, yeah,
Um,
and like I think it does feel like a smaller movie compared to the last one, which felt like kind of
mhm,
big, and like there was like they had like a whole village made, and there was like an island, there was like a land bridge between themselves and the world, and there was like a gate and everything, and
mhm.
they built this bone temple and everything. And really the only thing in this movie is the bone temple and like a farm that gets burned down, and that's the only real locations in the movie. Woods besides that. So it feels smaller and more like compact, which I think like helps it in some ways, helps this movie like I
But
guess
it also
we
feels
get to focus a little
more,
more on like our two main characters.
but it also feels more cinematic too. Like I could follow
Hmm.
the cinematic language a lot easier in this movie.
Yeah, it does feel like a little more traditional, which I don't think is like a knock against it. It's not, but it's not like swinging for the fences like the previous one was,
Yeah, and I
where it's
don't
just like
mind
we're gonna try, we're gonna try
and I don't
whatever.
mind
Yeah.
swinging for the fences necessarily,
Hmm.
but I just didn't feel like Danny Boyle. And again, I don't know his style. Haven't seen a lot of his movies. I just don't
Hmm.
feel like he had. It just felt like his vision went all over the place.
Oh
Like if
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
do
He's a yeah.
something crazy,
Hmm.
then really stick with it.
I
You know,
mean, he did technically
he
be like the
did, but it's
editing
like
still was pretty
but
crazy
have a
up until
purpose
about
with it. I
midpoint.
just think it's like what you said. He's a kick and sink director. He just throws
Sure.
everything out there, and I just feel like
Hmm.
if you're gonna do that, then have a purpose for the weird artistic stuff. I just think he did it just to be weird.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of like subtext to be taken from like sort of the archers and whatnot, and sort of this um, ruling state versus the sort of like what they view as like savages, like the
Mm,
primitives in the culture of like the zombies. I think that's probably what they were going for. This sort of like medieval like architecture for the whole for the whole of it. Like why they're justified in killing these people.
mm.
But but that's also it's a little muddy because it doesn't quite make sense, So I don't
All
know.
right.
I can see where he was going for. Could see what he was going for, but I don't think he quite stuck the landing. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. So you just want to get into spoilers?
Sure, we can get in the spoiler. Why
So
not? Spoilers. I mean,
eventually,
yeah. What is?
yeah. So eventually,
Go for it.
like this Jimmy gang, one of the
Mm-hmm.
members, comes across Vine's character, and
Mm-hmm.
he thinks that he's this personification of the devil named Old Neck, that
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Ink, I think is her name.
yeah, Jimmy Inc. That Jimmy Crystal
Mm-hmm.
keeps referring to. And you're not really
Mm-hmm.
sure who this Old Nick character is.
Oh, I
Because,
kind of knew from the start. Like, as soon as they started saying, "Oh, Nick," I was like, "Oh, he's talking about Satan."
oh, okay, because I thought it was gonna
I'd
be
heard that, but I'd heard that term before,
okay. I did
referring
not
to like
know.
Satan as old Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did not
Mm.
know that. See, because I thought it was gonna be his priest or father. He had a warp vis. Cause you know how like Christians have like warp. Some
Oh
Christians
yeah,
have
I
like
mean that would make
warping.
sense too, though. Hmm.
Yeah, kind of like a John Doe
I
kind
mean,
of
he had
thing.
warped this too. Sure, of course.
Yeah. So yeah. So I didn't know it was gonna be Satan until like he actually, cause they actually meet up. He actually meets up with Ralph Fiennes' character, and
Mm-hmm.
basically anytime the Jimmies meet up with somebody, it's either fight one of the
Mm-hmm.
Jimmies of your choosing, and if you win,
Mm-hmm.
you get to be a Jimmy. You have to kill him. And if you don't,
Mm-hmm.
or you refuse, you have to do the thing called a charity, which is, skinning these people,
Mm-hmm.
the person alive for Old Nick.
It could
And,
be any number of things. Yeah, I think it was just skinning in that situation.
oh
The
yeah,
the the thing is like imagining what other messed up things that they did to people along the
yeah.
way.
'Cause that's probably like the least of it.
Mm. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was probably like a nice charity by
Yeah.
comparison.
Yeah. So
The question is, you think Jimmy Inc. knew that that wasn't Old Nick? You think she was just messing with messing
maybe
with Jimmy and
I
Crystal to
think
try to
so.
like rage him out? I think so too. I think they knew that it wasn't, and like I think it was like a big ploy to sort of like get out of the situation. It
Hmm.
seemed like a nice into it. I don't know though, but I mean, it could be read in any number of ways.
Yeah, because Jimmy or Spike from the little boy from the
Mm-hmm.
last movie,
Yeah.
he he kind of wusses out on portion of this family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy and Crystal, I'm just gonna call him Crystal. Crystal is like,
Okay.
well, you're being a little wuss. I guess we gotta kill you now. We gotta torture you. And then Jimmy Inc. is like, well, no, it was like, I like this kid. Don't kill him. Like, I saw Old Nick. Like, let's go visit him. So then Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Crystal gets to talking to Kelso or Kelzon, and he really likes him, and he tells him like the whole thing about him worshiping the devil, and the doctor is like an
Mm-hmm.
atheist.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts to something else real quick. I think it's Sam. I think it's Samson in the train. I
Mm-hmm.
believe. And then it
Yeah.
and then it's Jimmy and Kelson sitting together, and he's like,
Mm.
well, like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to either like kill you, you
Was
know.
that even kill? He like says like it's like you're gonna choke on your own intestines or something like that. It's just something very terrible that Ray finds, and he's just like, well, that sounds. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, or or I can or you can just pretend to be Old Nick for that of Jimmy's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then that's where the
And he
whole Iron
does.
Maiden thing kind of comes in. Because he sets up like this whole evil
Mm-hmm.
witch girl thing. He plays fucking Iron Man and Number of the Beast, and he puts on like a fire
Mm-hmm.
show. And he has a
Mm-hmm.
conversation with Vine, and he says, I'm proud of you, son. Continue to do what you're doing, but let the boy free. And this
Mm-hmm.
becomes the whole
Well, no, he
thing.
didn't do that at first. He was just gonna send them off,
Oh
and then
yeah,
he recognizes Spike. You know what I mean? And
oh
that's when
yeah,
he's like, I gotta and leave me with this boy. You know, I like set him free or whatever.
yeah. Because they meet up in the first one or the last
Mm-hmm.
one. Um, yeah, but honestly, that whole Number of the Beast scene was amazing. Just like the whole build
Great,
up to it, like when like he's setting up for
worth the
it.
price of admission. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like he's setting up for it, and then like the Jimmies, walk up to the Bone Temple, and it's really creepy. And they're thinking, okay, this is like a satanic ritual kind of thing, but Calzon is doing it
Mm-hmm.
to remember the dead. Um,
Sure. No, I mean it's super theatrical and like they're like basically like a religious cult anyway. So like
mhm.
it plays perfectly into like what they kind of already are. Um, you know, because they're all basically Satan worshippers who are out there killing people. I don't know. If it is very theatrical and it's very wonderful. It's great. I had a good time.
Yeah, and so like so I think yeah, so like the whole like I like the whole creepy atmosphere, and they do like the whole
Mm-hmm.
whoa, creepy, monologue at the beginning, and then they do and then you hear the and then you see fucking Calzon like just running in the forest,
Mm-hmm.
and he jumps out on stage and starts
Oh
doing
yeah.
the dance. I'm like, and he starts singing along. It was pretty awesome. And then like he blowing like cocaine and then giving faces and then like they're like
Yeah, I don't know
catching.
what he blew in their faces, but he blew something in there. I mean, I assume it was some of the stuff that he'd been using on Samson throughout.
Mm. Yeah,
Morphine,
so
maybe? No,
I don't
I don't know
know.
what morphine comes in. Does it come in a drip or like a powder form? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. So then,
Internet, tell us.
but this was like one of those things. There's a whole this whole meetup of these two characters and him playing in that.
Hmm.
That's where like I'm talking about. Where like that's kind of big swing that I like. Cause it kind of it eventually makes
I don't
sense.
know if that's a big swing.
It's
Sure.
it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a big swing
How is it a big swing? Tell me.
because it could have just. Well, I mean, it's not a big swing, but it was different
Hmm.
enough. Like I didn't really know
Hmm.
where it was what was gonna happen, how the two stories were gonna connect.
Sure. No, of course. And they could have like saved all this if they are truly doing a third movie. They could have saved this showdown for like a third act sort of thing. I mean, it's pretty great. Like they had a pretty great villain and a pretty great quasi hero in like Fiennes. I don't
Yeah.
know. The whole movie seems to culminate in sort of like the death of death in some ways because Ray Fiennes is building this scientific sort of like memoriam, this temple to like the dead, and then the Jimmies are going around and killing people for religion, and so like the whole movie ends with like both of them dying essentially.
Mm,
Spoilers. But Samson lives, who was dead already. So like it's like a revision, like a revitalizing of that sort of thing. I
mm,
don't know. Like to me, it felt like we're moving on with the world. The world will change after this cataclysmic sort of like head to head thing that they had together. I don't
mm.
know.
Well, the
If the
thing
movie
is,
if the movie series ends here, I'm fine with it. I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
cut
because
you
like
off.
this doctor guy, he basically like he kind of finds a cure maybe to the Ray virus,
Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool. So it'll be interesting to see how they're gonna incorporate that into there. And then, of course, Cillian Murphy shows up at the end of this movie.
Sure, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think since he was in the first one, this is
Mm-hmm.
the whole kind of thing started with. I mean, of course, he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
around when the raid virus broke out, but you're kind of introduced to this character at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Sort of like ending where we started almost.
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where they come from. For sure.
We'll see. This movie, The Bone Temple, which I would highly recommend someone people going seeing, is not doing well at the box office right now. is probably going to get beat by Avatar 2 over the
Of
weekend,
course it
or
is.
Avatar 3
I'm
over the
gonna be
weekend.
pissed. I'm gonna be
So
pissed if Avatar gets nominated for Best Picture this year.
that's possible. I mean, the last one did, and it wasn't great. So,
Yeah, that movie sucks. It is suck. It would just
but
the same bullshit over again.
just a big shrug. It's a big shrug, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah. And you had
But I mean, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and you had the 4K steelbook of that movie.
Oh, I do. I do have it.
Can I bought it for
I
you?
kept it too. I know. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
you have to keep it forever and ever.
Uh, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I hope this movie does well. I hope they make another one. I know they spent a lot of money on both these movies, on like the previous one and this one. And so like they probably need a lot of money to break even on it, which it may not hit. So this may be the last one, which and honestly I'm kind of fine with. Like I
Mm.
think, you know, we ended our storylines with Jimmy and like the doctor, and we sort of double back onto our beginning again, where we kind of catch up with Gillian Murphy's character from the first one. So, if this is the end, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably not gonna get another Hellboy with Del Toro and Perlman.
No, no, they're out making new Hellboys now. They made one with like some diet Hellboy not recently that was like direct to VOD.
Yeah.
It's like the Crooked Man or something.
Though
Yeah.
though
So it
Joel
didn't look good.
Perlman did say at his age he would actually do a third one with Guillermo.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, so that's actually, that's kind of good to hear that he's willing to do it.
Yeah. I'd hope that he would do it, but we'll see if it actually happens. The money has to be there probably first, and I'm sure at this point Guillermo del Toro is probably pulling in pretty big paychecks for things. He's got
Mm.
that Netflix money now on his side.
Yeah, so maybe. Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
So let me
Fingers
ask you a
crossed.
question just real quick. What would you rather see Del Toro do? Uh,
Hmm.
if you can keep
Okay,
one,
sure.
if you have one and not have the other, would you rather see a Hellboy 3 or in the Mountains of Madness movie that he always wanted to do, the H.P. Lovecraft story?
Didn't he say that like there was a movie recently that he watched and was like, "Oh, that's the movie that I was gonna make." But that was gonna be Mountains in the Mountains of Madness. I can't remember what
I
it
don't
was
know.
now. I don't know either. But you know what? I'd rather see probably Hellboy 3.
Yeah.
Cause fuck Lovecraft.
I mean, he's in for one soul for sure, but like he was an extreme racist.
Yeah. Oh, I did have a question. In lieu of a hypothetical for this movie, I did have a question
Mm.
that I thought could be fun to answer.
The what hypothetical?
So a hypothetical, like one, because
Don't
Harper
hear your
is
wife.
Jackson isn't here. I don't
Arithmetical?
have one for me. So like an Eric Enigma, that doesn't sound cool. That sounds lame. So we're not gonna say that. We're just gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask you this question. We're gonna go from there. If what would be your dream scenario if you're trapped in an apocalypse of any kind? Would you want to be in a zombie apocalypse? Would you want to be in sort of like a robot apocalypse? Would you want to be like a robot where you have like robot overlords? Would you be in one some like a simian apocalypse, like Planet of the Apes? Would you want to be trapped with like vampires or like Frankenstein's or something like that? Like
Aliens?
what would your favorite? You wouldn't want to be trapped with aliens. Okay.
No, I'm using that as an example. It's
That's
one is
fun.
probably apes. I don't. God, I could
Oh,
probably
sure.
defend
Okay.
them. Yeah, that seemed like the
Okay.
least bad one. Like,
Planet of the Apes. Okay.
yeah, robot apocalypse. We're all fucked. It's gonna be like that Harlan Ellison
Mm.
story. I don't have a mouth and I must
Yeah.
scream. Like we're like
Mm-hmm.
technology's gonna be so smart. It's gonna wipe out everybody and just keep like five people.
Mm-hmm.
um, and just torture those five people. And I'm hoping I'm not one of them. And that happens.
Let's hope not. I thought about oyster people. I thought about like the oceans rising up and like all the creatures coming, like forming like lungs and like throwing like pearls at us and whatnot. Like, giant seahorses like trying to ride on the land.
Yeah. What most
Had a
likely
very
is
silly thought from work today.
yeah. What
Sorry, go
most
ahead.
likely is gonna happen is
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna unfreeze Walt Disney cryogenically frozen head and put it on a robot, and then he's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
robot
Mm-hmm.
overlord, and we're gonna be working for the mouse.
Isn't that just a scene from Futurama?
Is that really a scene for Futurama?
I mean, I know they saved all the heads in Futurama, but I feel like is that a scene? That may not be a scene. Maybe it's Richard Nixon I'm thinking of.
I don't know. But yeah,
I don't know.
that's my theory that like that
Mm.
rumor is true, and they're just waiting for technology to advance enough to put his head on a robot, and we're just gonna be all in a chain
Mm.
gang, and then like Mickey Mouse is gonna
And
be
just
your
making Disney movies? No, I mean, actually, that sounds kind of nice. That doesn't sound
no,
that
we're not
bad.
gonna be making we're gonna
Could be
make
worse.
Disney movie, but we're also gonna be it's gonna be like the days of like Egypt, it's like the slaves and the Hebrews and the Egyptians. It's gonna be fucking like we're gonna be making like statues of like Mickey Mouse and Buzz Lightyear and Iron Man and Captain Jack Sparrow and the
That
Xenomorphs.
sounds okay.
That sounds
Of
terrible.
all of them, I would probably I'd do that. I'd do that any day of the week. If it'd be worse if we were making like Left Behind movies over and over and over until the end of time, starring Nicolas Cage.
I'm Nicolas Cage.
Hmm. But
But
they got his head on a robot body too, so we're just constantly making them. Can never get out of it.
yeah, but it's not like regular Nicolas Cage. It's like long legs Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
Am I
puffy,
being
white
damned
face.
and it could be nice.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm sorry, I fucking love him in that movie. He's so fun. He's so wild in that movie. Hail Satan! This is that not last part of that movie.
Oh, sorry. I think you froze. It's okay.
No, when Nicolas Cage says Hail Satan at the end of Long Legs.
Oh, they like smashes his face in.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I guess. But that movie's 2 years old now. There's no spoilers.
Yeah, that movie's
I
awesome.
think anything past like 6 months, like anything past 6 months, is not spoilers
Yeah.
anymore. But that's
Well,
my
definitely anything past 28
hard opinion
years
on it.
would be no spoilers.
Right? Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't like something that's almost 30 years old. You can spoil that. Like Sixth Sense, you can spoil Sixth Sense right now.
What is your favorite part of the Bone Temple?
My favorite part of the Bone Temple, Ray Fiennes dancing with Samson, Renton dancing with a zombie, or an infected. Sorry, not a zombie.
No, you can
That's my
call it a
favorite part.
zombie. He you can call it a zombie.
Okay, we can own it at this point, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. That's probably like the biggest like one of the biggest horror movie debates is if infected or zombies or not.
If you were to talk to Alex Garland or Danny Boyle, they would say no, they're infected. They're not zombies.
Well,
And obviously, in this movie, they can be rehabilitated. Spoilers. They can
oh, I
through
guess you're
a
right.
series of
Yeah. Well, yeah,
chemicals.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I
So
guess
I don't think they are zombies then.
yeah, so and I guess in The Last of Us, it's kind of the same thing too, because there's like that possibility of there being a cure with
Mm-hmm.
Ellie.
Sure. Of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
that's actually a
Yeah.
good point, Jackson. There's like a yeah.
Yeah. I'm not Jackson.
I mean Eric Jackson. I'm gonna name a movie character Eric Jackson because of that.
You should do that. You should do that.
What is your least favorite part of this movie?
Uh it feels a little the structure is a little weird to me. And not necessarily weird. It makes sense. It's perfectly fine. It's just like um it doesn't feel like anything's building with Ray Fiennes for a while. I don't know. It's just that cut between the back and forth between the sort of like tranquil Ray Fiennes dancing with an infected, and these like utterly bleak scenes with Jimmy Crystal.
Yeah, and that makes sense,
But
but I did like that. I thought he played it
yeah, that's fair.
both actors that played Samson and the Doctor.
Oh no, not even talking about like their acting abilities. It's just like the intercutting between the two. Like one of them felt more compelling than the other to me, and it wasn't it wasn't Ray Fiennes dancing with a zombie. You know what I mean? Like the other one felt like it had some momentum to it. This one kind of felt like we were frolicking a bit.
Yep.
I don't know. That's my only
Um,
real critique.
yeah. My obvious favorite part of this movie would have to be the Iron Maiden scene. It would have to be because Iron Maiden fucking rules. Um, my least favorite part. Ugh, it's hard to think of one. I don't really have a least favorite part. Um, or at least something that was like major. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and we literally just watched this, so it's hard to like super critique something when you're watching it in the moment for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, what is your rating out of 10 for this film?
I think it's a solid 7.5. I'll say 7.5.
7.5? That's
Mm-hmm.
not bad.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna go at 8.
Oh, I almost went with an 8. We were almost in like complete agreement on this movie. This is the first it's happened in a very long time that we were both like, this movie's pretty good.
Yeah. It- It's just the fact, long, well, I mean, I disagree with your least favorite part of the movie, obviously, but,
That's fair.
um, so you give it 7.5, and I give it 8, and that means the official horror sci-fi and beyond score for 28 days or years later, The Bone Temple is gonna be an 8.
Nice.
That's not too bad
It's
at
it's
all.
pretty good. It's the best one since the first one, and in honesty, it may be the best one in all of them. So
Yeah. I don't have a dog in that fight. I haven't seen
that's
I
fine.
haven't seen all the first one
28
yet.
weeks later is 28 weeks later is not great. It's pretty bad. The
Yeah.
previous one to this one was fine at best, and the
Mhm.
first one's pretty great. It's pretty good, except for I'm assuming that it probably looks like hot dog shit after all these years being shot on DV. But
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
just feel like this one it kind of takes a little bit more of a risk in
Mm,
a way that makes sense for the entire movie. I just feel like the last one was just like a vignette kind of thing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this
Sure.
father and son story. The mom is
Mm-hmm.
sick, and then you don't really get to find out what this church priest thing is all about till this movie. And then
Mm-hmm.
like they end up like teaming up with the soldier to end up, um, you know,
Yeah, it's all real
it,
clunky. The last one feels real clunky by comparison to this one,
yeah. So
which
that's
feels
my
very
big problem.
streamlined and like, yeah, like very, very well put together. This
Yeah,
one
like
is
this one
story
like
and
felt
like
like it felt
structure
very
wise.
unique. It felt very punk rock. It felt very like kind of like
Yeah.
90s, like kind of Tarantino. It's,
Mm-hmm.
Clerks, Kevin Smith is were like
Sure.
it's very kind of oddball. You got this weird character in here.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure where it's headed, but you're still intrigued the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt
And the
like,
soundtrack slaps. Like it's
oh,
great. Like
yeah,
it's got Duran Duran. You got the Iron Maiden track. It's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Like
It's
he,
fun. Which I don't think we have a lot of that in the other
yeah,
movies.
yeah. You
But
just have a naked
you know,
race behind listening to girls on film.
love it. I love it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a couple of weeks we're gonna be on the fast track making more episodes. We're actually gonna go weekly, and we actually got some big plans coming soon. We actually got a pretty big announcement. We got a really big change coming soon.
What's the big change?
I can't tell
Can
you
you tell
guys
me?
yet.
You can't tell me. Can you tell me at least?
No, well you already know. We had a meeting about it.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm playing dumb.
But yeah, next episode is gonna be the catching up episode. Just catching up
Mm.
on stuff media
Mm-hmm.
we've been consuming, whether it be a video game,
Mm-hmm.
music, books, whatever. But
Sure. Been trying to watch a lot of stuff by the end of the year. Yeah.
yep, yeah, and then we got the Del Toro episode coming in the next episode of Hour on His Cot,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess we gotta figure out the next big release for February, but which is
Mm-hmm.
Scream
I'm sure
7,
something's coming.
but we're saving that till October.
I think we could probably fudge and do it. You know what I mean?
No, I want to
And
wait
then
till
just
do it.
make 6 and 7 its own thing. Oh,
No,
okay.
we gotta
All
wait till
right.
October. I'm definitely gonna
All
do an
right.
out theater review for that one for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait on that one.
Sure.
We can do
All
this the
right.
new
If you
Sam
say
Raimi.
so. If you say so, it's fine.
Yeah, we can do the new Sam
Oh,
Raimi
Sam
movie.
Raimi. That's right. Sam Raimi
I
does
mean,
have a new movie
it's technically
coming.
it's at the tail end of January, but it's close enough.
I mean, it is his first like R-rated movie in like 20 years or something like that. Something crazy.
Not 20.
Since
Oh no,
Simple
because Dragon
Plan.
in Hell wasn't rated R.
No, it's
That's
PG-13.
unbelievable.
So yeah, I think it's his first R-rated movie since A Simple Plan, which was like 1998 or something like that.
Yeah, oh my god, that's a good movie.
I love Simple Plan.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, if you like this episode and you want to see more spooky, weird content, make sure you slash that subscribe button and follow us at Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond at Facebook. Also, don't forget to leave this episode a killer comment and give it a King Kong size thumbs up. And as always, guys, this is Bryn Dree from Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond, signing out. Bye, and stay weird.